Hi there. So I came across a lot of queries and comments on YouTube and Reddit about dealing with loneliness. And then I realized that loneliness is a concern that many are facing across different age groups, different backgrounds. And I thought I will share a heart to heart convo on how I dealt with it when it came into my life uninvited at a point. I'll make it as concise and as understandable as possible because I know unless we get something easily doable, we will not apply it into our life, which is why I will share the snippets of what I have done to deal with loneliness in my life. Number one technique I've used is to go to my inner world, to find that spiritual essence within me. And you should not confuse that with religion. Religion is definitely a way, a path to get to that spirituality, but you do not need that always. You do not need rituals or complex practices to get there. You can do it simply with meditation every single day. Meditation just involves being with yourself, closing your eyes and focusing your attention to a single point. And you will have thoughts coming in. No one says that the moment you sit with your eyes closed, your thoughts are going to vanish and you will achieve that calm and inner peace. It doesn't work that way. Even the experts who do meditate every day find that the initial stages, they have the thoughts confusing them, which they then focus on eliminating slowly. And then they come to that space where they find their self. So that's the spirituality and meditation I'm talking about. When I used to have thoughts of loneliness and sadness, and I think I was on the fringes of depression maybe at that point, but I found my peace in spirituality, in God, in the source, the universe, however you call it. So I am just reading this book by Dr. Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. So I show the book to you 1 second. So this is the book, Power of Intention. And he talks about how intention and the intent in the universe being that source of creation, that power, that God, however you call it. Once you connect yourself with that, you'll find your thoughts of loneliness going away because you will find you're one with everyone in this world. I know it's a lot of hocus pocus, you might feel that, but it's not. Once you start experiencing it, you'll feel connected with everyone. The feeling of loneliness comes from the feeling of separation from the rest of the world. And the moment the separation stop existing, you feel part of the entire universe. And loneliness will disappear eventually. So the second major thing will be to involve in your passion. You might be in a 9-to-5 job. You would be working 5 days a week. But no matter what, I am sure you will have something that you love to do, like painting, writing, dancing, music, or anything that makes you forget the passing of time. I think you should start doing it, because for me, when I started writing every day, when I started enjoying the process of even creating these videos, I found myself being more centered, more grounded, And that's what I would want for you. If you focus your time on whatever passion that you have and you do it regularly, you will find the complicated emotions of being alone, of being away from people will stop bothering you. See, the feeling will exist. You will be aware that you are on your own, but you will start enjoying it. So there was a stage where I started enjoying the time alone from being lonely. So that's a clear difference, the demarcation between solitude and loneliness. So our efforts now is to stop worrying about being lonely and to start enjoying the benefits and advantages of being by yourself. The third thing I'd suggest is to get involved in helping others. I had this beautiful change within me when I focused on being there for somebody else. When I was in the deepest of pits in my life, where I was struggling with the feelings of depression or of loneliness or any kind of sadness that I had at that point, was really mitigated when I started focusing on being there for somebody else, being there for a friend, being there for a family member, or being there for anybody who you met outside in a day. Imagine you just met someone in your during your walk, and then you randomly have a talk with them, and then you understand they are going through something. So even though you are going through a similar thing, you're still being there for that person in that momentary, in that period of probably a few minutes or 5 minutes, 10 minutes, but the kind of solace it will bring you is unimaginable. I've experienced it, and it has reduced my sadness manifold. Try to do that. You can also do it in a very organized manner by joining a NGO for voluntary support or assistance for people in orphanages, in old age homes. So these are ways you can spend your time outside your regular work or your passion. You can spend time on these and help people. There's no greater joy than being of value to someone. The pleasure that I derive from doing these videos is also the same. I feel I'll be helping someone of you out there to deal with your struggles in life. So I told about loneliness. I told about meditation, about involving your passion, and about your helping others, voluntary organizations. And the fourth one would be to spend time outside. I keep harping on this point in each of my videos. I know I don't know whether you're getting bored of this point, to be spending time in nature, but it's so important. It's such a simple, easy thing to do, to just get out there, to walk among the trees and plants and bushes and watch the raw nature. It's so easy to do it, but the impact that it can have on all aspects of your life is just beyond words. It can change you emotionally, mentally, physically, spiritually. It can show you dimensions of yourself which you did not know existed. I will so again emphasize a point to go out and spend time in nature. And finally, I'll ask you to bring nature into your houses. So if you live alone in your place, having some plants, flowers in your house will make you feel like you have company. In my house in Kochi, I used to be living alone, so I started keeping a lot of plants at home, and initially it just started off as an interest, but then it became such a peaceful, harmonious company for me, that I used to even interact with the plants, because they are living beings. They respond to you by growing well, by blooming, by being healthy and vibrant. And they add a lot to you in terms of calm, positivity, and good air to breathe. It gives you oxygen inside your own places to breathe in. And when you are coming back home, you feel like there is somebody there waiting for you. It's almost like a pet. It's like a dog or a cat that you keep at home. Plants are similar. You can get back home to their green company. I said that as a final thing, but I suggest one more. If you are just staying away from your family and friends in a new city for some work reason, or for education or something, I would suggest you call one of your friends or family member every day, or at least every 2 days. You can alternate between your friends and try connect with them and understand how they're doing, but do that if it's possible for you. That's I say, if you do all these things on a regular basis, you will slowly get out of the difficult feelings of loneliness and understand the good sides of being on your own. Though you will have pangs at times of being alone, but it will never debilitate you. It will still help you go on with your life in the best way possible. So I'd love it if you share tips about how you deal with this situation in life, and if you would like to have more things talked about here, I love to do that. From my learning, my experience, from my reading, from my people who I've interacted with, I would love to share more here. Bye.